All right, 6-minute seminars where we're going to focus on the principles of what make this submission work, and then you guys can go out and practice it, and you can create your own methods, okay? So today we're going to do rear naked choke. So whenever I teach a choke, I try to make sure that I emphasize the fact that there's two ways of doing it. And I don't need to get into the difference between choke and strangle. It's actually not a choke. A choke would be like choking on a chicken bone, cough, can't breathe, right? Whereas a strangle is cutting off both arteries and the blood, okay? So there's two ways of doing it. There's putting a forearm or a baseball bat and closing posture over it, or there's creating a nice triangle which kills both arteries that supply blood to the brain, creating that nice angle where he can't get blood, okay? There's a reason, a choke, you could take a deep breath in and somebody could choke you on your windpipe, and it's not going to do anything. You have air and oxygen. Your brain needs oxygen. So what we're going to do today is go over the principles of the rear naked choke, all right? So I'm not going to, a big portion of it is of course body control, but for this video, since I only have 6 minutes, I am going to focus on the principles of the choke itself, add a few tips in there, and then you guys can leave any comments or questions below. So first things first, we want to make sure that we make that nice triangle, that nice V, okay? So we're going to come through, and we're going to make sure that our elbow points towards his ding-dong, all right? Or the floor. So we're going to come through here, all right? The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to make a lock with our hands, grab our bicep here, we're going to bring the hand behind the head, okay? So now there's a bunch of different, I feel like I'm talking fast, so I'm going to slow down. I feel like there's a bunch of different and individual things that you want to do within this, but we're going to go over it. Before we get into any detail, we're just going to go over it quickly, okay? So we're going to make sure that we make a nice choke where our bicep is cutting off the artery on one side, our forearm is cutting off the artery on the other, okay? This hand is going to backhand the back of his head, and you're going to bury it in there and grab our biceps, okay? So again, I'm not worrying about body position currently, just so we can go over the actual choke, okay, or the strangle. So in this strangle, I want to make sure, and it's a feel thing, so when you get your partner in here, you want to feel that your bicep is on the one side of his artery and that your forearm is on the other, okay? When we finish this choke, there shouldn't be any squeezing, there shouldn't be any of this pulling up. You want to compress. So you'll notice that my head, my body, my back, my elbows, everything is together, and I'm not ripping his head off, I'm compressing, okay? Very, very little strength in this motion, okay? So there's 1,000,001 tips to go over, but I'm going to go over 3 or 4 that were the most important for me in finishing a rear naked choke, okay? First things first, when we get under this chin, let's just assume that we got here, okay? I prefer to bring this hand behind the back of the head first. Instead of grabbing here and giving him an opportunity to control this secondary hand, I'm tight here and I come back and I sneak my hand on my bicep here, okay? So that's a little tip that I like to get into this position. Another thing that I like to do, which may be a little bit different, is get everything, before I start squeezing, before I make him feel uncomfortable, I want to get tight ear to ear, like I was going to whisper sweet nothings in young Will Tucker's ear, okay? So everything in tight here before I do anything. Remember, we don't want to hurt our training partners, right? We want to make sure that everything is clean as possible, okay? So I come through here, I make sure that we have a good angle, which is the most important thing. If you don't take anything out of this video, besides that your angle is correct, that's what you should take out of this video, okay? I'm going to do my sneaky boom, grab my bicep here, okay? Everything in tight. Now, I don't want him to be able to change the angle at which I'm strangling him, okay? I'm very weak here, very strong here. If you think about it, body position, my arms are strong. If I was doing a lat row or something of that, my arms are strong here. So that's where I want my body to be as I'm strangling him, okay? Boom, boom, boom. Everything in tight. Then once I'm here, I'm still not squeezing. I'm keeping everything tight. I'm taking a deep breath in, okay? So what that does is it compresses everything, okay? What a lot of people do and a lot of mistakes, they'll come here, they'll get this tight, and then they go right back, and it's almost like they're trying to rip his head off like a dandelion, okay? That's not what we want to do here. We want to compress everything. You come around, everything is tight. Deep breath. Look at what happens when I take a deep breath. Watch his head, and this is a little bit, okay, but goes forward, okay? My lungs are filling all this space, all right? So here, take a deep breath in, then my elbows gonna pinch in as I squeeze just gently with the biceps. You don't need big, strong biceps. You get this, close off all the space, take a deep breath in, compress, not extend. You're gonna finish this every time, okay? Remember guys, there's a whole nother section of this which we want body control, but for right now, I just wanted the principles of the rear naked choke, all right? Thanks for hanging out with us on 6 Minute Seminars.